Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from SegaCDUniverse.com, and this is a video response again to my YouTube friend and a really nice guy, Israel Pacheco. He does this thing that's really cool. He calls it Open Tag Monday, and every Monday he puts up a video. The questions are always very thought-provoking, very different, and last week's question, I believe, was what game or game series are you not really fond of that other people love? So I had answered that, and he had given me a quick shout out. Thank you, Israel, I appreciate it. So this week's question was, what are your memories about the either initial Xbox launch or the 360 launch? Anything good, bad, or indifferent? I don't know if I'm technically eligible to answer the question because I don't believe I owned either system at their launch date. I never really purchased anything for, on the word jump, from the word jump. It's always been a few months or weeks. I know I got the 360 for Christmas that year that it came out. I don't remember what month it came out. Was it November? And the original Xbox, I won in a contest months after it had come out at my job when I worked at GameStop. I touched upon that story. Well, actually, I told that story in its entirety in a previous video about video game memories. So, which was a response to Keithy Huntington, which is funny because Israel mentions him in this Xbox video as well. So, the memories I have, honestly, the main memory for me with the original Xbox was winning it in a contest at my job. As I had said in the other video, my boss was kind of shady, and he said to me, do whatever you can to get these subscriptions out the door. Whoever gets the most subscriptions sold at GameStop wins the Xbox in one game. And I think the game was Conflict Desert Storm. Anyhow, he said do whatever it takes, give away strategy guides. So we ended up giving away strategy guides. Probably, I think I did like 120 of them. I mean, they must have lost so much that year. We ended up giving away strategy guides for free if you purchased a subscription. So if someone came up with a strategy guide for 15 bucks, and they were $14.99 roughly, you would say, oh, well, I'll give you this magazine subscription for 10, and then throw the strategy guide in for free, and they were saving money, and then they also got a subscription out of the deal, so they didn't care. So I was doing that, and I ended up winning. Some of the people who were working didn't want to do it that way, even though the boss told us to. So he eventually got fired. Not for that, obviously, but something else. He was just running the store poorly. I haven't worked there in years, though. It's been a while, a long time. What was the other thing? I was completely blown away and enamored at the same time by my original Xbox being online. I used to play Link's Golf all the time and Rainbow Six. Some Halo. Some Halo. Halo 2. Got hiccups. Not a huge Halo fan, honestly. I tend to not like the stories much, or the. I don't think they're that special, but they are good. I don't get the fascination with them. That's a whole other topic, though. So the original Xbox, I'm really fond of. I just actually rebought one recently because I wanted to play some games that I hadn't beaten. As you said, as Israel said in his video, the original Xbox was like a sort of spiritual successor to the Dreamcast, and I was a very big Dreamcast fan. Still am. Rebought that recently with a bunch of games too. The Xbox got Crazy Taxi 3, Shenmue 2, which is how I beat the game actually. I don't believe I've beaten it on the Dreamcast yet. I just beat the Xbox version. And what's cool about the Xbox version, even though some people don't like it, they included the first game in movie form as a second disc, so you can watch what happened in the first game in case you haven't played it, because it obviously wasn't on the Xbox. But either way, I'm going off topic now. I didn't have either system at initial launch. What I do remember about the 360 was I got it for Christmas. I popped that bad boy right open, and I hooked it up upstairs in my parents' part of the house. We have a two-family house. We have the downstairs separate entrance and everything, and then upstairs is my parents'. You gotta keep a watch on those old people. They might break a hip and shit. You never know. So my parents, I believe, got me the 360, and I was flipping out. And they got me Quake 4, and I really wanted Quake 4. And you know, I think it came with a hard drive. It came with everything you pretty much needed. It came with a wireless controller, and they had a big projection TV. The rear projections, I think they were Mitsubishi was the big name at that point. I think I just had a regular CRT. I don't think I had anything major yet, so I ended up hooking, or maybe I did. Maybe I had my projection too. I don't remember. I ended up eventually buying a TV like theirs, a 55-inch projection Mitsubishi, which I had forever and it's still running. I sold it to a friend, and it's I keep scratching my neck like fucking. What's it, babe? What's the guy's name on Chappelle's show? Tyrone.
I think so.
I like crack, Joe Rogan. And it's just from shaving. It's not really from crack today. So I hooked it right up on their TV. I don't even think I brought it downstairs right away. And I played Quake 4 and I was like, oh my god, I love Quake. I think it's a great series. And you see like this Marine or something, whatever the fuck they are, floating through space, and then they turn and like half of his face is ripped off. And I was like, this is going to be awesome. And I totally loved Quake. I played for hours and hours, online and off. Online, I used to boost with this guy from England, Limey Mike. Or Limey Brit was his name, I believe. But his name's Mike. I think that was his name. He's on my Facebook, so I'm going to send him this video. And we would sit there and like kill each other back and forth. Like you had to get 100 kills with a buzzsaw, or like 50 kills, but it was like an absurd amount. It was a crazy amount. And we got a lot of stuff. And I used to always, until this day, I still love Quake 4. I ended up selling it, and I rebought that again recently too, just because I like the game that much. But I would say my main thing about the consoles for me, even though I got them a little after launch on both, was the internet capabilities. I love my Vita, and I've seen PlayStation Online. I think that's good. I don't have any negativity towards the PSN at all. But the Xbox Online really did it for me. I think it really grasped the feeling. I don't know if that's because it was initially like a hardware and software and computer company, so they had the idea down. But and maybe as well in my mind subconsciously, because it was a Dreamcast successor spiritually, because of the titles they were releasing. I just between the graphics and the online capabilities, it was amazing. It still is. I still have tons of fun with my 360. I hope to eventually get a well, it's not a 720, right? Infinity, is that the name they're going with now? I hope to get one eventually, but not anytime soon. I like when they work the kinks out. I like when they come out with the new renditions, like I said, whether it be because it's adding more stuff to it or maybe it's hardware repairs. Also, I find that the prices have just been absorbent amount of money. It's crazy to spend that much money on a video game system. It's $400, $500, $600 if it comes with this and that, and you can't play it unless you get an extra controller or a memory card. You don't need memory cards, but a hard drive. So just these bundles are nuts. What happened to the days of? Remember, I think it was Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis were like what, $100 or $150 maybe. They weren't that expensive, maybe $200 at most. I don't even think they were that high. And they came with a game, and they came with 2 controllers, I think. Those were the days. So, yeah, I guess really this is more so about my love of Microsoft consoles and their internet connectivity. I remember at that point also, I was playing online all the time, and GameCube was out. This isn't a knock to GameCube. I'm not a huge fan, but I do like some of their games. And Nintendo was like, well, we're not, and I had a GameCube, a PS2, and an Xbox, and Nintendo said, well, we're not going to put online capability on much, in terms of games, because it's really not the next big thing. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm playing this shit online, Tetris, and Lynx, and Rainbow Six, and Halo, and Mortal Kombat, all this stuff online, having a blast. Mortal Kombat, Deception or Deadly Alliance, whichever one, blew me away, amazing. Online especially. And the GameCube's like, oh, we're not going to do that. So what do? They release a broadband adapter. I'm like, okay, good, they're going in the right direction. And they release like, what, 2 or 3 games for it? I think it was like Phantasy Star Online or Universe. I think it was online, Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2, and like maybe 2 more games. I know there's like a Mario Kart game that you could go online with, but you had to do something with your computer. But it's just like, what? So, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I hope you don't mind that I really bounced around on the topic. I know I didn't stay on the launch because I didn't have it at launch. And keep these open tag Mondays coming, Israel. I really like them. So Thanks guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from SegaCDUniverse.com, and I look forward to seeing what this new reveal is going to be like tomorrow. Be good.